Welcome back to Trader UK, the money management channel. You know how it works by now. If you enjoy the content, don't forget to smash the like button and then leave me a comment below as well. And if you don't enjoy the content, well, just smash the like button anyway. I wanted to get a very quick video in before the start of the week, and it's going to be a stock of the week pick. It's a company that I'll be watching closely this week. Their earnings report is due on the 13th, and we're starting to see signs of recovery for the industry that they operate in. If you stick around to the end, then I'm going to reveal the single piece of news that, in my opinion, could see the kickstart to this industry, the kickstart that it so badly needs. The company is TUI AG, ticker symbol TUI1. They're the European travel giant. They do package holidays, flights, hotels, cruises, everything within the travel industry. They're actually pretty well diversified, but unfortunately for them, it's all within that industry, which has taken an absolute pounding recently. I've featured them before in previous videos as more of a long-term outlook, a long-term pick, but now I think we're going to start to see some return on this one. For me, these are an absolute sleeping giant, but like all companies in the travel industry, they've been facing very, very, very tough times recently. Share price is currently €3.58, which isn't actually far off their all-time low, 2.89, which they hit back in May. If you are familiar with TUI, you'll know that they operate throughout Europe, and considering back in May, Europe was completely closed for business when it came to foreign travel, we've actually come a pretty long way since then. TUI have managed to reopen with a limited program in every country that they operate in, but the market doesn't seem to have reflected this yet, and the share price has been very, very flat. I think that's just down to the uncertainty. We've already seen them introduce holidays to Spain, which is by far their biggest market, their most popular destination and the biggest moneymaker. And then they had to quickly make a U-turn as the UK government removed them from the quarantine exemption list. So it's taken a lot of the confidence out of the holiday market. And you can really get an idea of how desperate things are within this industry when you take a look at the estimated earnings. In the same quarter last year, they had revenue of 4.75 billion euros. This quarter, analysts are predicting earnings of 756 million, which sounds absolutely terrible, but this quarter runs to the end of June and they didn't really have much up and running until July. So I don't think there's going to be any chance of them coming out with extraordinary numbers that blow the analysts out of the water, but if they can get there or thereabouts, it could well be the catalyst that the industry is waiting for. We're already starting to see the green shoots of recovery. We've had airlines like EasyJet at the top here in the news increasing their capacity. Demand is higher than they were expecting for travel. And at some point, we're also going to see a big shift in balance. All of these tech stocks are going to run out of steam and the money is going to flood back into the more traditional industries. At the bottom here, this article was very interesting. Stock market expert Thomas Lee, who's predicting a surge in stock prices for EPICENTER stocks, which he described as stocks most impacted by the coronavirus downturn. That would include the travel industry. He's predicting this to happen a little bit later in the month, so now could be a good time to jump back into the travel industry at rock bottom prices. But for me, this here is the biggest piece of news that may hold the key to unlocking the travel industry. And it comes out of Germany, where it is now mandatory to take a coronavirus test at the airport when traveling from the high risk areas. That might sound like a big hurdle for tourists, but with new tests, they can provide results in about an hour and a half. It could remove completely the need to quarantine for a lot of people. Since the start of this pandemic, European nations, the UK included, have been playing catch up with Germany. You can see that with the testing in the early days. If we see the UK adopting a similar approach, it's going to give people a lot more choice when travelling abroad, and it's certainly going to help restart the industry. Of course, there will still be people who don't want to travel, who don't want to take the risk, but at the moment, it's the 2-week quarantine on arrival to the UK that puts people off travelling to a lot of these destinations. It's not actually the fear of coronavirus. So let me know what you think in the comments, guys. Do you see a way back for the travel industry this year, or is it still too early? I'll see you next time.